Yeah. All right, there it is. Looks okay. A little bit shiny on the dome, but
No, not like it was. You need a little bit more light here is part of the problem. Now you do anyway, but that up there is.
yeah.
Let's see here.
Check.
Okay, you're good now. I just passed my hand in front of this a second ago and I saw a shadow. Now I don't.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what I'm seeing here.
Right. Yeah, that's passable.
Okay, the question is how much lag is there or delay?
How
I was
much
just
what?
curious, how much lag is there or delay in this usually?
Oh, you're on the wrong stream. That's not the current live stream.
Okay. Well, that explains a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, do I need to get this off of Facebook or YouTube? What's your Facebook handle on this?
Just my regular Bob Cutler.
Okay.
Nasty Zuckerberg bullshit.
The We Are All Meep.
What's it?
The We Are All Meep page.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking for you on
Check.
here.
Check. Hello. Yeah. Is that? Yeah. Is that 8-second delay? Seems like 8-second delay. Seems like 8-second delay.
I'm going to turn this down. Let's see.
And I think I'm live on Facebook now. Maybe.
Well, your delay's down to a couple seconds.
Yeah.
Your delay's down to a couple seconds.
But this doesn't show me. Okay, here we go. There he is.
Are you good?
Yeah, I think so.
Very good.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Oh, 1, 2. Buckle my shoe.
Okay.
Buckle my shoe.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and turn the audio down on this. Actually, just get out of it because you've only got a couple seconds lag here, which all things considered.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty. Hello. Well, I'm gonna wait till a couple people get in here.
We got something to give away.
Right. Why is that not there? We go. They say it's going, but I don't think it is. If anybody's out there, please hop in the chat and chat along with me.
You got some prizes to give away.
And I've got some prizes to give away later tonight. I will come up with some sort of goofy game, maybe a Trivial Pursuit type thing. And then we'll give away. I've got some kind of cool stuff here provided by Red Path Media. Or is it Red and Feather? Red Path Media.
You're live.
Yeah. Right. That's the YouTube. I'm live on YouTube. You can go find me over there with search for my name, Bob Cutler. And I'll pop up the link here in a minute. Live on YouTube. You can go find me over there with search for my name, Bob Cutler. And I'll pop up the link here in a minute. rehearsing and rehearsing your parts. You know every part by heart. Yeah. Yeah. So. Oh, and we got that coming on. We don't need to play that right now. Probably give me a big old copyright infringement right there. Do. And what are we going to talk about tonight? We can talk about UFOs. We can talk about the horrible orange tangerine turd. We can talk about, we can do the local segment, Topeka, what is horrible in Topeka. Cool.
Well, you to let people know, you might get more people watching if you tell them you're going to give something away.
You got to get people watching and let them know. Then we pop this other link up here. Copy link. And let him know. Right.
Give away one or two tonight. Look up tomorrow. Who knows what else I might find.
Cool.
I'm gonna head for home. I'm hungry. Catch up to you after a while.
Cool.
You got a way to get home, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks a lot.
Good deal. Arrivederci.
Yep. Look at me. I'm over there. I'm all over the YouTubes. There's my Facebook stream.
Bob's got tubes.
I got tubes. I got tubes. They're multiplying. Oh, Topeka. Kind of a frustrating day. Of course, every day in Topeka is a frustrating day. Yep. You want to close that? Or, yeah. Yeah. Thanks. I'm locked in. I'm all locked in. And let's see what I can do here. This means send 200 stars. Yep. One of these days I'll actually be prepared to do a show, and part of what kind of takes the wind out of my sails is having to come in and set everything up from scratch and then dick around with Microsoft products and Apple products. And the thing is I am not stupid. I might not be a genius. I might not be a savant, but I'm not stupid. And what? Yeah, So dicking around, they dumb this shit down so much for the average stupid user. And yes, I am calling you other users pretty much stupid because you are. No, I don't mean the users, the viewers and stuff. I mean most other content creators. I mean, you look at TikTok and just how vapid and stupid it is. 90% of the stuff on there, and you realize that they had to really dumb down the technology so that any fucking little kid can get on their phone and beep bop, oh, I'm live, and run with it. It's truly amazing. Um, yeah, and that means when somebody like me that probably just overthinks things too much, where I'm expecting a certain level of obvious controls, you know. What do we got? And I'm hungry, of course. But get positive about your viewers. Talk to them. I don't even know if I have any viewers. It looks like maybe there's 5 viewers. If you're in the chat, go ahead and chat with me so I have something to talk about. I'm also on YouTube, and I will post a link to that pretty soon. And where's my thingy-dingy? There it is. I really should get sponsorship for this stuff because I certainly guzzle down enough of it. Yeah. And then prizes. We're going to be giving away some prizes and some kind of fun stuff. One of the things is these cute little Halloween earrings here, and it comes in a cute little box with a little skeleton kitty. And you can see that right there. Maybe not so good. But yeah, these are courtesy of Red Path Media. Hell, if my piercings hadn't grown shut, I'd almost wear these myself. But these are pretty cool. And I like the box. It's worth it almost. Anyway, we're going to come up with some sort of little contest so we can give away the prizes. Got a Robbie the Robot doll, or actual thing. Yeah, just some funny, goofy stuff. But more fun than a bag of spiders. And audience. I don't know where else to post this to advertise that I'm coming online other than Facebook. Oh, Instagram. I could be, somebody told me I might catch more fish on Instagram. Maybe. But Instagram is YouTube. And yeah, let's try posting it. Maybe that should be my contest. Except I don't know. Did I tell you to do that? It's so very frustrating, all these things. Oh, Taylor Swift is wearing a birthstone with Travis Kelce's. She's wearing a necklace with Travis Kelce's birthstone. I cannot express to you how little I care. I just don't give a shit. I like Taylor Swift as a person. I think she's probably pretty cool. She's done some cool things. I'm not just talking about her music, but holy fuck. I just don't care who she's going out with, who she's sleeping with, and whatever. I don't give a shit who Morena Bobert's sleeping with or jerking off in the middle of a play. Pee Wee Herman did that and he got arrested. But if you're Lauren Boebert doing it to some other dick nose, then I guess you're okay. How do I make a post on Create? Select from computer. I really hate Instagram too. It's another thing that I think has been dumbed down to the point of stupidity. Right. Next. I mean, maybe we're just not using it for what it was supposed to be used for. And but it's a Friday night, and it's fairly early, and I expect that a lot of people are out messing around. And, they're out at shows or something. I have no idea what's going on in Topeka, and there's a lot of people have really forgotten how to promote their events, and then they wonder why nobody shows up. And the thing is, with Facebook, you get what you pay for. You post your event, you make your event page, and you can get all your friends to come and say interested and going, and it's easy to get people to sign up for things online and to say they're going to go do something, but to actually get them out of their chairs and off to do something, you got to do something that makes it relevant to them, makes it sound like something they'll actually want to do, that sort of thing. But yeah, so for tonight, what is going on in Topeka tonight? There's really no, as far as I'm aware, there's no community calendar. I tried to do this a few years back, and I understand why there's no community calendar. The number one reason is it is an enormous pain in the ass to call around to all the clubs and all the places and get them to send in your calendar, send in your calendar of events, list your events here, and we will put them on this calendar. And if we get enough steady shit going on, this will be the place people come to see what's going on. But places, well, let's just use the booby trap, because it is probably the best case of the worst examples of just about everything. I mean, baby raping pedophiles shouldn't really run clubs in general. So I'm not saying that Brian Chambers is a baby raping pedophile, but I'm just saying it seems to happen in his club quite a bit. Funny thing, he says the same sort of things about me. The difference is I'm not lying. And I'm not the guy in the position to roofie people's drinks, young underage girls. And I'm not interested in young underage girls. Anyway, so back to the thing. A community calendar, he books bands and all he does is kind of fill out his own calendar. And then it's up to the bands to advertise and to promote their show. And while it's always a good idea for bands to promote and advertise their own show, bands should never leave it up to the club owner to do all of the promoting. Because people like at the Booby Trap, they just won't. They'll put out, some little half-ass kind of announcement on Facebook, and that's it. And most people, like me, tune that shit out. We just categorically don't pay any attention to it. And so you got to go over and above. But I tried doing a community calendar, probably 10, 15 years back. And I would go around to places and I'd like, well, send your calendar in. And some of them would hand me their little calendar. Well, just put this up. And it's like, okay. And then I'd spend a day and a half typing in their whole calendar when they could have sent it electronically in some format that, there's 1,000,001 calendar softwares out there that they could have just sent it in and I could have populated the whole thing. But people are so goddamn hard-headed and paranoid about it. It's like they act like you're going to somehow screw us over. I don't know if we want to be on that. We'll fill our bar with a bunch of fucking child molesters, but I don't know if we want to be on. It might make us look bad if we're on the, really. I'm going to give away some prizes later. Waiting for my Intel agent to get set up in his Intel chair. I am going to be mean to my diabetes and commit one of the number one sins on doing talking. That's eating while you're talking. Because that's just not supposed to be done. There's my studio audience. See down there where it says send stars? You need to send me stars. Apparently that's how you get some money out of this. But like I said, Friday night, I don't know what to expect. A lot of people are out doing their sport events. I think all the football games, the high school football games are happening on Friday nights. I'm going to do my Dr. Gene Scott impersonation. See if we don't get some people in here giving me some money and some chat. I'm just going to show my racehorses. You know what I mean? What else is going on? Talk some shit, plenty of stuff going on. Well, I'm talking some shit on YouTube. You best believe it. Eventually, I want to fan all of my viewers and stuff to watch me on the YouTube channel, because they're not as likely to fuck me over as Facebook. They fuck plenty of their content creators over, no doubt about that. But and there we go again. So I don't know how many people just tune me out because they get kind of tired of me constantly posting things. Like whatever. Oh boy, look, a woman with a big old breasticles. Ain't that wonderful? Yes, sir, Bob. And some people just might be giveaway. I'm going to give away this green eminent. Okay, I'm not going to give that one away. It's on the floor. This maroon red WW. This is a misprint. This is a very rare indeed. I'm not going to give this away. In fact, I'm going to sell this for $15 because it is a very rare misprint. It's a W. Yeah, a WW. So I'm gonna $15 if you want this very rare. I just found it in a regular old bag of M&Ms. Misprint WW. Just like if you find a coin that's kind of misprinted somehow, they're worth a lot of money. As we get along, I'll make a better backdrop for me behind here so we don't have to look at these very banal looking acoustic treatments. And who else is out there? Wherever, what platform you're on, go ahead and get in the chat and chat with me and show me how you're there. I should have looked up some stuff before I got on, but whatever. I felt a little rushed. That's what these are for. Mm-hmm. Let's go make fun of WWW. They are the local propaganda, cop sucking TV and radio station. They never ever say anything bad about cops. They always twist every article around so it's somehow positive about cops. Prep zone, okay, sports. Fuck a bunch of sports. I hate sports in the first place, and sports already get such a huge amount of covering. I don't really feel like giving him any more. Wanamaker is blocked off following a motorcycle wreck. Up updated 20 minutes ago. Motorcycle wreck has traffic blocked on Wanamaker Road. Topeka say 2 motorcycles were involved in an accident around 8:30 p.m. So just about an hour and a half ago in the 1100 block of Southwest Wanamaker Road. One person was taken to the hospital. The extent of their injuries weren't disclosed. Topeka Police Department is in the initial steps of its investigation. Wanamaker is shut down in the 1000 and 1100 blocks. Drivers are advised to avoid the area. Okay, well, they must have really splattered. It's right there, kind of in front of Azura and the Mexican food place and Buffalo Wild Wings. But yeah, little jackasses on their little crotch rockets go buzzing up and down Wanamaker Road, and then they collide into each other because they're trying to do some stunts and probably half drunk, and then they go bouncing down, and it's potato. They wake up in the hospital and they are potato. For the rest of the life, they are drooling potato. But it's not much of a loss because people like that are really sort of worthless crap anyway, and rarely ever contribute anything of any real use or profound difference to society or the world. Totally disposable people, so it's totally okay with me if they become potato. Drive like an asshole, wreck like an asshole. Oktoberfest begins at the Blind Tiger Brewery. Well, they're not paying me, so I'm not going to talk about that. If they give me a free meal, I will talk about them and their events. One injured in car pedestrian collision Friday afternoon in West Topeka. Do we really care? I guess this is our hyper-local part of the show where I steal news from somebody else. Oh, look at that. Boy, somebody rolled up on a hood on a little Honda, and one person was transported to a local hospital after being injured in a car pedestrian collision late Friday afternoon in West Topeka. The crash was reported at 3:30 p.m. Friday at Southwest 17th and Chelsea. A black four-door Honda Fit car collided with a pedestrian at that location, authorities said. Police said the Honda was traveling west on Southwest 17th when it was making a left or a southbound turn onto Southwest Chelsea and collided with a pedestrian who was walking west along the south side of Southwest 17th Street, crossing Chelsea. Yep, not paying attention. Pedestrians generally have right of way in those situations. An emergency vehicles with his lights on just turned into the entrance. Entrance of what? As one of my chatters says. Not sure what that means. 3 blocks west of 17th and Fairlawn. Somebody got smacked by a car. Well, cases like that, it's almost always considered the car's fault. Colorado authorities reveal additional information in deaths of Emporium woman. Hundreds of volunteers give back to nonprofits during Nancy Perry Day of Giving or Caring. Well, isn't that wonderful? Oh, it looks like kind of a boring news day. Lawrence Police Department gets a new patrol service dog. Whoop-de-doo. House fire in Southwest Topeka. The emergency vehicle brought this beautiful dark orange half moon tonight. Yes. Yeah, I could. Well, if there's a hole in the ceiling, I can see that there's a half round dark orange moon, but it gets brighter as it goes further up, unless we get some cloud cover. Um, we were waiting to see the punk rock garage sale is happening tomorrow, and some people were speculating that it might get rained out. I don't know if it is or isn't, but yeah. Storms expected tomorrow. Other than low risk for pop-up showers, storms through tomorrow morning. Most areas will be dry until the risk for storms develops Saturday afternoon. The biggest question is how much sun there will be, which will determine how warm it will get. Duh. Okay. So let's look and see if they find the actual gibberty doo dah gibbity bop it up. Hourly weekend, 7 a.m., partly cloudy, partly cloudy, partly cloudy. Load the next 12 hours. In the 70s. That thing's supposed to start about 10:30 or 11 o'clock when it says isolated thunderstorms, 30%, and 68 to 77 degrees. At noon, mostly cloudy, up through 3 in the afternoon. 4 p.m., scattered thunderstorms. 5, scattered thunderstorms. So it may or may not get rained out tomorrow. I need a costume for my show. Well, somewhere I still got the Captain Faggot costume. Almost everything I own is a black t-shirt and black shirt. I desperately need to do laundry. And please feel free to chat. I'm on the Facebook and on YouTube, neither of which give a real clear idea of how many people are watching. So I have no idea if I'm just babbling to myself or not. Mm-hmm. That's how it goes. See, there's Topeka nonprofits receive help from across the community. Now, I consider myself to be fairly plugged in and turned on, switched on, aware, woke, ear to the ground kind of guy. Aleister Crowley hat. Hey, Don Nichols is here. Yeah, or a fez or something. I don't know. I used to wear my tinfoil hats a lot, but I need to get the head lasers out too. That was always Pretty fun. But everybody in Topeka does just such a crappy job of promoting their events, promoting their things. See, if there was an organized event or something going on to like get people to get out and contribute and volunteer for nonprofit organizations and stuff, they sure as fuck didn't advertise it in any place I would see it. And contrary to popular beliefs, I don't just only pay attention to the bathroom walls. But the punk rock garage sale tomorrow out at Lake Shawnee at the Yacht Club. Some kids that I don't know. I hope they don't make me regret pimping their show. I messaged them early on. They've been organizing and planning this thing since like last May, and I haven't seen anything out in the real world about it. They say, "Oh no, we've got flyers up everywhere," and I posted a thing on the Outhouse group, the Outhouse alumni group, and all those people were like, "Never heard of it. Never. First we're hearing of it." So I'm like, "Yeah, okay. Well, here, this is the deal. Go do." Yeah, I should have an entire suit made of tinfoil. An emergency vehicle turned into the state hospital, old state hospital grounds, on a big figure. I wonder if you're talking about the Hummer Sports Park, like maybe some football injury or something. We can only hope. Uh, Down with jock entitlement. You know, if we're going to have to play this whole bread and circus gladiator thing, let's watch those gladiators bleed. My God, that boy gave 110%. Leave some blood on that football field. Off the wall hall. Yeah, but this punk rock garage sale is out at Lake Shawnee Shelter House, and the Yacht Club at Lake Shawnee. That's kind of on the southwestern side of the lake, and they're going to have some bands playing starting around 11 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't. They're charging $40 to set up a table and a booth, you know, to sell your wares at this punk rock garage sale. Not an entirely bad thing, and I really hate to sound like I'm dogging them or being negative about it, but it's the type of thing that if I did it, you better believe there would be people crawling out of the woodwork to beat me to death over punk for profit. You're trying to use punk rock to make a profit for yourself. So I was thinking if I was going to do a table, I would have called it punk for profit. But I didn't. I didn't feel like paying the $40, and I couldn't get my shit together. All the different things I'd want to sell, and you know, I've come to accept the fact that no matter what I do within the punk rock realm, somebody's going to come flying out of the woodwork and scream and bitch and cry about it. Because that's what they do. You're not at all fucking funny. It's a high school game. There's an emergency vehicle there. Get your shit together. Why? I'm not the one bleeding on the field. Yeah, we don't know what's going on there. So it could be somebody had a heart attack in the stands or fell down and whatever. Yeah. I just never cared about high school sports or jocks. Just wasn't my thing. I'm sure whatever it is, somebody was going with an overabundance of caution and hopefully calling the ambulance on a very minor thing, just to be sure. I hope. Whatever. Who knows? But the punk rock garage sale, I don't really know the kids putting it on, but charging $40 for a booth and a table, I'm like, really? Wow. Um, Aside from not really having a lot of products together ready to sell, I just kind of have a problem paying out that $40, especially when I'm desperately trying to save money to buy a car, and I'm not real sure that uh, the thing's going to be well attended. And some of the things I've seen out of these kids, it doesn't scream punk rock to me. It's not relevant at all to anything I consider or grew up with as punk rock. But whatever, like I've said before, I'm not the one that's gatekeeping things. Uh, it's somebody's high school kid dipshit. Yeah, it could be. We don't know that. We have no idea what's actually going on there. Um, yep. Somebody's little racehorse. What's Dad gonna do now? Yeah, like the amount of jock entitlement and how the whole world revolves around sports in high school. It's all about the sports team. It's all about the jocks. And everything's got to, they play a game. Everybody has to go down to the auditorium and have a big pregame pep rally. And the only bonuses about it is you get to get out of class. The downside is you have to go watch the Pride beef get marched out. And, what spirit? Not funny. I'm not meaning to be funny. I'm just kind of telling the truth. Um, if they spent the kind of money and resources on, say, the sciences and classes about logic and thinking, critical thinking, instead of giving it all to the jocks, then perhaps we wouldn't have people voting for people like Donald Trump. Yeah, I mean, I went to Topeka High School, and it was total jock entitlement. I mean, jocks got away with murder all the time. If I did one little thing, one little hand grenade in the swimming pool, everybody all freaks out. Yeah. So anyway, I'm not going to really stop my life and worship jocks. Whatever. Anyway, they could be where everybody's at tonight watching. I have no idea what high school games are going on. I don't care. Man charged for fake bear attack call to get out of woods. So, Kanawha County, West Virginia, an Ohio man is being charged with falsely reporting an incident after investigators say his call to authorities to report a bear attack was just a ploy to get out of a wooded area of West Virginia. Cue up them dueling banjos. Total drunken peasant. I don't know what that means. According to a criminal complaint from Kanawha County Magistrate Court, first responders were called in the early morning hours of Friday, September 22nd. to assist a man in the woods. Dispatchers said the man claimed he was injured and stranded along a steep terrain. Dispatchers said the man cried, "Please help me," and that he was being attacked by a bear, according to the Kanawha County Sheriff's Department. The man also allegedly claimed that he had been walking for days, his phone was dying, and that the bears were circling him and he was going to die. uh, the man was later identified as Christian Leonhardt, 47, of Brecksville, Ohio. According to the complaint, deputies say and several search and rescue groups worked to locate Leonhardt using emergency lights and sirens to both scare away any bears and point the man towards their location. Authorities say they also attempted to get a helicopter from West Virginia State Police or another agency to assist in the search. The criminal complaint says while on the phone with the dispatchers, Leonhardt allegedly continued to say the bears were stalking him and that he was and then he began screaming. He also allegedly claimed to have a head injury and was bleeding. Dispatchers say they advised him to apply pressure with his shirt as he was badly anyway. Yep, so there you go. They tried to get out of the woods, make somebody come rescue him. Lied about a bear attack. But yeah. What else is going on in the capital city of Topeka? I know I've been trying since I'm in my 50s. I may not look it, but I'm in my 50s, and my doctors have been wanting me to get a colonoscopy. And they made a referral last May to Topeka Cotton O'Neill Digestive Health Clinic to go in and get a colostomy. Anyway, I tried calling to make the arrangements, set an appointment, and they haven't gotten back to me. And then I get a letter in July saying the Vallejo Clinic has asked that we give you a colostomy thing. So call our number and set up an appointment. So I called the number to try and set up an appointment. And as soon as I give them my name, they say, "Oh, hang on a second. We'll call you back," and then they hang up. And then I wait a day or two, and no call back, and I call them again. And this has been going on since July, playing this phone tag. I keep repeating, calling them, and as soon as I tell them my name, they find some reason to get off the phone with me. So it's hard not to imply that there's some sort of nefarious personal conspiracy going on. I'm thinking, like, my God, what does a guy got to do in this town to get somebody to stick something in his butt? If I go out in the cornfield and lay down next to the cows, eventually a UFO will fly over and probe me. But yeah, so I called him up again today and talked to the woman, and she said, "Oh, did you receive a letter?" I'm like, "Yes, here it is. Here's my name, whatever." Oh, well, I'm going to have to turn you over to Rachel. And so she transfers my call to Rachel, and it immediately goes to her voicemail. And so I leave my message. This time I was a little bit tart and said, "I'm calling back again." My voice dripping with sarcasm. And I want to set this appointment. Please call me back. And I gave my number again. And then a little while later, my younger brother sends a message to me through Facebook, and he says, hey, this colostomy place, they just called me, I guess, because you listed me as as who to contact in an emergency. They say they're trying to get a hold of you to make a colostomy appointment, colonoscopy, not colostomy, sorry. And, but they say it goes directly to your voicemail. So I asked several people to try giving my call a phone, and they each came through perfectly fine. And I've got an iPhone, and it works. And you can look through it. And if it had gone straight to voicemail, then why did they not fucking leave a voicemail? What would have been so hard about saying, hi, this is Cotton O'Neill Gastric and Intestinal Services. We are trying to get a hold of you to set up an appointment. Why not leave a voicemail? There's plenty of room. Everybody else leaves me voicemails. Anyway, Rachel at the Cotton O'Neill Gastric and Intestinal Clinic, whatever it is full of fucking shit. I don't know what her problem is. But last week when I was talking to her, I'm like, I don't understand why does it take well, we have 700 patients. And I'm like, yeah, are you treating all of them like this? Anyway, if you know of another place in Topeka where I can go get a colonoscopy, please let me know, because Cotton O'Neill is obviously not interested in my business. I'm thinking maybe I need to make an official complaint to the Board of Healing Arts. If anybody else is having trouble with this sort of thing, get in the chat or send me a message. Let me know what your experience is. And maybe we can publicly shame that place, Rachel at Cotton O'Neill's Digestic Health Clinic, into actually treating people like people. Like, I don't need them to kiss my ass. I don't need them to do really much of anything. Just do your job. Make the appointment. Why is this so hard? Of course, one of my paranoid conspiracy theories is, well, they probably recognize my name from that scanner group, Topeka Police Scanner. And it's probably some cop's wife. Or somebody that's cop worshiper. So yeah, they get on there, and there's a lot of people in Topeka that hate my guts because I simply say out loud what everybody else is thinking, especially when it comes to the cops. And I point out a lot of really obvious stuff. I'm not a genius for doing that. But you say anything bad about the cops and they start crying and they fall to their knees, and they come over, and the police chaplain comes over and says, oh, but he didn't get his ass kissed, and so his penis fell off. Oh my God. Fuck the police. Oh, you can't defund the police. I had this argument in my scanner group this last week. Somebody said, oh, well, they're always getting their budgets cut. No, they're not. Show me where. They're always getting an increase in budgets. I've never seen a police budget shot down for being too much. They get all kinds of free military gear and paramilitary crap, and they get tanks to use against American citizens in their own homes, usually on some sort of made-up drug charges. But I'm the bad guy. I'm the dick. You can't defund the police. The police are defunding us. Maybe we should make it a performance-based criteria for them to keep their jobs. Well, what else is going on? Go ahead and chatter in the box and talk to me. I can't tell how many people I've got watching on YouTube. And if you're watching me on YouTube, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down or a thumbs up your ass or something, and let me know. Oh. Oddly enough, I think if I went and posted on one of the Chatterbait or one of the porn channels, I would probably get a whole bunch of viewers. So we're going to see how that goes. Well, see, that's a big failure of Instagram. No way you back out of that. Stupid. They never think it through. What can I say? We'll see how that works. So yeah, there's a button on there somewhere down there that says give me stars. And you can give me stars. Apparently I need stars. So yeah, push that button and give me stars. Whoop-de-doo, how are you? Wait for my intel guy to come out. He usually just sends me some sort of good information. Our top stories tonight. Fort Riley opens a new $37 million school. That's good, a place for the jocks to go once they graduate high school. Auburn Washburn students are celebrating homecoming. wonder if that's what's going on over at Hummer Sports Park. They had a parade. Well, isn't that nice? This year's homecoming theme is Dancing Through the Decades. All the pretty girls. That's about all they had to say about that. I don't care. I didn't care about my own high school's homecoming bullshit. And I don't care about that. So I'm going to sit here and eat M&Ms. Maybe I'll even pick my nose. That's one thing I really need to do. I need to stop worrying about all the technical side of this shit. And come up with the actual content. Because at the end of the day, oh my, that's what people really want, is the content. I kind of like these two guys' content. Of course, I can't show you to this because it's porn. It's gay porn. There's a video right here that I'm watching that just popped up on my screen out of nowhere. I can't tell you how it managed to get there. Of two young men having gay sex. Yes, sirree, they are homosexual. They're and they're going at it. And they are two young men having sex with each other, which means they're gay or desperate for money. Gay, 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 gay. What do you know? It's all this technology and all the podcasting and webcasting and all the wonderful things we can do with the internet is bandwidth video, high def video. It's all made possible through porn. Porn has been the driving force. Oh my, he can fit that there. Wow. Doesn't seem, I was talking about colonoscopies earlier. Yes, sirree. Those are indeed two men of the same sex having sex in a very pornographic manner. And there's videos online to prove it for free. So, yeah, that's what most of you are probably out early doing about this time of night. for you ASMR. And some people are really into that. I don't know if they still do it, but for a while, YouTube was banning the practice. But there's also a thing called misophonia, which is basically people that hate sound. And in particular, they hate sounds that other humans make. My ex-older brother was one of those. He would get irate and throw huge tantrums, and he'd swing his fist and he'd smack you around, and he'd scream and act like he'd been just mortally insulted because he could hear you chewing. Or if he thought you were breathing too loud. Literally, he would get violent if he thought that somebody was breathing too loudly. I mean, of course, he was mentally ill. He'd never admit it. But the bottom line, he was just a fucking asshole. And he got mollycoddled. Mollycoddled. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to get up and pee here in a second. And oh gosh. I'm going to put on some tunes before I go, though, since I figured out how to do this last night. And somebody can bitch and cry and scream about this, but there's no copyright infringement. I have every right to play these songs. 8 more years by the Clusterfucks, and I'll be back. It's a birthday in hell. Found my coffee. TK Business. New twist in family business. What are they doing? Oh, look, they got a big spread here about Blackbird Espresso. I am banned from Blackbird Espresso. Why, you may ask? Well, I'd love to explain that to you if you got a few hours, but the bottom line is I was banned for being gay in public. You know, there's people that they love to say that, oh, we don't have anything against gay people, but they do. Actions speak louder than words. I've been banned from the place 3 times now, basically for being gay in public. Actually, the third and final time was because one of their own baristas accused me of, as Jason, the owners, put it, doing torrents. You were doing torrents in here. First place, no, I wasn't. Second place, torrents are not illegal. I think somebody put them up to it. I think the bitch that used to work there, I heard she quit not long after that, but she had also had several other people banned just because she personally didn't like them. And I think, once again, it had something to do with that scanner group that I've got. They're like, oh, you didn't kiss the cops' asses constantly, you know. Well, that's an interesting noise. Not sure what that is. But anyway, so they made up this thing about you were doing torrenting. You were doing torrents is like, oh, like doing crack, like doing meth. Like, whatever. Anyway, I spent about $2,000 a year there. And if he wants to throw that away, then whatever. Fucking ridiculous wonders. Like a little note to business owners and especially places like coffee shops where you get kind of a social community kind of going in. A real good general rule of thumb is the first person to come to you with a problem about another customer, that person is probably really the problem. And if you bother to dig into it and look into it more deeply, you'll usually find that the first person that came to you complaining about somebody else, that they're usually the one that started it. They were the one that whatever added to whatever problem was there. So what else is going on? I can't tell who else is in here. For reactions, unshare, blah, blah, blah. 0 viewers. I got 0 viewers. I'm just talking in the air. Looks like I might have somebody on YouTube. That's the way it goes. I don't know if I'm. Of course, I don't blame people for not watching this. It's just me sitting here talking shit. Yeah. Begin with the end in mind. Reading through the TK Topeka business, basically Chamber of Commerce rag, building the McVicker House. Who cares? Someplace else for a bunch of jocks, lawyers, and for Republicans in training. Uh, Not a place I'm ever going to live. Not a place I'd ever probably be very welcome. Oh, now here's this Create Uplift thing. And supposedly they're part of this arts and craftsman workshop. Uh, yeah. Maybe I'm just old and stupid and I don't understand things. But I don't see that they've done jack shit for anybody. It seems like what there's a lot of startups are doing is all about here, let us manage your social media presence. Let us manage you. We'll get you on social media. And what are they going to do? They're going to run my webpage for me. Those guys look like idiots. And those are some morons. And these people look stupid. That guy's a piece of shit. Those people are morons. That is fucking gone. That is done. Nobody has a need for that. That guy just looks like a dick. Artificial intelligence. Look, we know a new phrase. Corporate phrase speak. Whoop de fucking do. I might be coming on too early in the evening. Most of the times when I did this before, I was coming on way later at night. It's only 11:15. See? 11:15. That's what you see there. Whoopity doopity doo. I might shut this down and say that this was our local part, and then come back on in a little bit and do the worldwide part. How would that be? You know what I mean? So I think I'll stop here. And that's that. All right. So I'm going to end this segment. This would be the local segment. I'll be back on in just a little bit. I'm going to go take a little break. And then I'll come back and I'll do the more nationwide segment. So I'll see you in a bit.